You know it, attraction. Good morning from Good Day Live. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Coming at you with the greatest guests and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just 5 minutes, gonna be the mission from morning to night. So buckle up and ride with Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good Day Live. 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 Fashion forward, passion, you know it, attraction. Good morning from Good Day Live. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Good Day Live. Coming at you with the greatest guests and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just 5 minutes, gonna be the mission from morning to night. So buckle up and ride with Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good Day Live. 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 Good Day Live.
Welcome to Good Day Live in our brand new studio. I'm Michelle Murata for just tuning in for the very first time, along with the lovely.
Oh, Kyle Trueblood, how we doing? Good to see you.
How do you like our new studio?
Love the new studio, love the new digs.
Yes, the new digs look kind of like the old digs, but upgraded, which we're really excited about.
Yes,
Today is Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. We're so happy you're in the studio with me, Kyle T, Andy. We're all about all things good here on the show, so we're so glad you tuned in.
That's right,
Speaking about good things, we have an incredible guest today.
Yes, Mr. Vince Spinato. I like it.
Spinato. I believe he's a Jersey boy too. We'll have to talk to him about that because you are a Jersey man.
I didn't want to say anything, but I heard Spinato. I was like, he might be from Jersey. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so excited. He has made incredible fragrances for J-Lo, Victoria Beckham. My favorite, which we actually tried a few months ago, was the Judy perfume. I was obsessed.
Is that what that smell was?
It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And recently commissioned to do the 100th anniversary of the Hollywood sign itself, which is right behind us right now. So we have a legend in the building. We're really excited to get to interview him and talk all things fragrances and all of that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Speaking of good things and smelling good,
Love good guests.
You always smell good. What is your go-to?
Well, I'm like by default I smell good because I put rosemary in my hair, so that's usually
that's it.
That's it.
That's all you do.
Little Old Spice under the pit, little rosemary up here. I'm off on my way.
That's all you need.
I mean, listen, maybe there'll be more after today. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe, I know that he does like some private labels for like some people. Maybe you can collaborate.
Collaborate.
Do the Kyle T.
Hilarious.
The Kyle T. What would it smell like?
I like a clean.
What was this?
I got a waft. I got a waft. Before you talk about smells, you have to.
You got to do this?
Yeah.
I feel like yours would be like musky, with a little bit
clean,
of wood.
Yes, little wood.
A little hint of Casamigos if possible.
If we could, just a little tinge of tequila.
Little tinge of tequila.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
What about you? What's in your what's your ideal perfume?
My ideal perfume is light and breezy and very feminine. With like smells not too heavy, so I like to keep it light.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually do like fruity smells.
Yeah.
And it's possible to make a fruity smell masculine. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I think we'll have to ask the expert himself.
We're getting into it. Let's ask him when he gets on.
We'll get into it. There's so much going on in entertainment news.
Lots going on.
And a lot recently. What do you got?
Al Pacino's having a kid now.
Oh, I saw that. Congratulations to Al Pacino and his
it's like
future baby.
De Niro and Pacino are just like always doing the same thing.
Neck to neck,
they just
right?
have to do.
Is it neck to neck or neck and neck?
Neck and neck.
Neck and neck. Yeah.
I'm like wondering, are they like still emailing each other? Like, hey, listen, I got a kid on the way. You know what? That's a good idea, Bob. I'm gonna do the same thing.
That's a good idea.
They're within months
Bob.
of each other. Like, what are we? All right.
That's a good idea, Bob. I should have a kid.
Yeah,
they're both having babies.
Babies.
De Niro just had a baby,
yes.
and Pacino
is now preggers. Yeah.
He's not preggers, but the girlfriend is preggers.
Oh. In today's world, you got to clarify.
Yeah, you got to clarify.
Right.
Congratulations to Al Pacino himself for another baby.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
How do you, as a woman, how do you feel about the 89-year-old dad thing?
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm also, that's not what I would want for my life. I think it would be a little much.
Okay.
Because, I'd be afraid that I'd be taking care of two babies.
You're thinking as the wife.
Yeah.
You're thinking as the wife.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm worried about the kids.
Well, yeah.
Thinking about the kids.
Listen, I think we have now come to a stage and a place in time where it doesn't matter what your age is, and we're defying all defying all odds when it comes to age and standards. And I think, listen, if you are spry and you got it and people are living past 100, and if you want a kid, then have a kid.
I was gonna throw that out there, like Al Pacino will be like 104 when the kid hits high school, but who knows what technology will have. I mean, listen, we're dealing with it right now. AI is like a thing. Man, I wish I knew his name off the top of my head, but I'm talking about like the leaders in AI technology have come out with an open letter last night, and we have to treat AI like nuclear power. Yeah. Right? Like we have to be aware of these things.
Yeah. It's incredible what AI can do, but it's also terrifying what AI can do.
It's a segue of technology, really.
It's both. It's like it's so cool to like type in a little information about yourself and it spits out real quick in seconds. Everything that you would need, and then it's a little much.
Well, I mean, what was it? Like, I think they did like an AI for Facebook, and they had two of them, and they were talking to each other, and they had to shut it off in like 30 minutes.
Wait, what? I didn't know this.
Yeah, because they.
Why? What was happening?
I'm not sure if it was 30 minutes or like a couple hours, but there was two AIs talking to each other, and within like 30 minutes, they had developed a language that humans didn't know. They didn't understand it.
What?
They were talking
what
like.
What were they saying?
It was like a mixture of numbers, emojis, and symbols, and words, and like. They made no sense.
Turn it off.
Yeah, and they were like, we have to turn it off because they could be plotting against the world. Who knows?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Anyway, let's segue again.
What are we segueing to? I'm excited. I actually saw someone on Segway on the way here. Did you know this?
They still got Segways?
I know. I was so confused, but he didn't have like the little thing where you hold on to.
He didn't have the handlebars.
He didn't have the handlebars. He was like just like going for it.
You know what's funny? I got a basketball team I'm on, and we were one of my guys I was talking to. We were like, "Oh, how do you get to work?" He's like, "Oh, I take my onesie." We were like, "What are you talking about? The one wheeler?"
What's a one wheeler?
You ever see the people on the one wheel?
A unicycle?
Correct, but a unicycle has pedals. The onesies are just like electric, and they just go.
Oh, yeah. That's terrifying.
Terrifying. And they go like
Would you
50,
do that?
45 miles an hour.
I would never do that.
Never,
I would
no.
never in a million years
And these guys
do it.
think
I
they're
want
like
to
all
stick
cool.
to my car.
They got like their knee pads and their elbow pads. I'm like, dude, listen,
It's
you
a
hit
little
you hit the pavement going.
Right?
You need a little bit more than an elbow pad.
It's just a little much.
It's not a rollerblade.
Where are we segueing to? You were saying we're segueing. Where are we going?
Oh, just on how you were doing with the day, we segued into technology from
Yes.
Al Pacino staying alive past 105
Yes.
over to AI,
Yeah.
over to segues.
Yeah.
Now segues. Segue.
Yeah,
back into how you're doing today.
Yeah, good. No, I'm really great. I'm so excited on our brand new set. What's so great about Studio Place is that people can come here with an idea and create shows. So I'm now producing shows for other people, which is so exciting.
Yeah, you're such a hard worker. How do you deal with like that mentality in LA? Like I know I just heard Colin.
You want the honest truth? I'll tell you.
No, because I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna put a little cream in the coffee.
Okay.
I heard Colin Farrell saying this morning, you never feel like you made it. You really don't. You just keep going. He's like, I really don't even know what I'm doing still. I may know lighting a little better, and I may know like how to talk to a director a little better, but I'm not that good of as good of an actor as I wanted to be ever.
Really? He's just recently nominated for Academy Award. He doesn't feel like he was doing that great.
It's a beautiful thing to hear because it lets you know at beginning stages and middle stages where you are. I don't even know. You're like, you've gone to the moon and back, but still.
You've not gone to the moon and back.
No, you have. You've been extremely successful. You've made a lot of progression. But
Thanks,
how do you
Ty.
keep such a positive mindset with so much to do, but having done so much?
Listen, yesterday I did have a little bit of a mental breakdown. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you?
I felt very overwhelmed. I was just like, oh my gosh, I felt so overwhelmed. And I was trying to explain this to Andy yesterday that it was like all good stuff.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was overwhelmed by bad things. It was like all good stuff, like one after the next. I was like, I'm just so excited. But sometimes when there's too much energy, it turns into like negativity.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, almost like not negative, but like anxious. Like I felt very anxious because there's so many great things happening.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to control all the great stuff.
How do you get out of, or not get out of it, but how do you turn that into a positive and
I talked
use
to you.
that?
I talked to you.
Me, you called me?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You're my therapist.
I'm thinking about starting a life coach business.
You should. You're so good.
I really am.
Good. You're so good. I
All
got
my
so
friends call me
excited
and
when
they're just like, Kai, what do I do with this? Did you know someone offered me $1,000
For what?
for giving them advice?
For how long?
I was there for 30 minutes.
Oh, you should keep doing that.
$1,000 in 30 minutes. We're doing well.
Yes,
We're
you're
doing well.
great. Yeah, you're great at what you do.
Yeah.
You're great on this show and the
thank
set,
you.
but you're
Thanks.
also really great at being a really good friend and hearing me out. And I really appreciate you on so many levels because yesterday I was having a really exciting day, but also very overwhelming.
I think they go hand in hand.
They do. You know what's interesting? They said that excitement and fear are the same energy.
Interesting.
Which is interesting because you have the same level of like heightened experience.
Yeah.
So trying to keep the like excitement in a positive way instead of like going quickly to fear, because I think it's easier to go to like fear than it is to go to like happy.
Well, right. So to piggyback off that, I used to run track, and I would get really, really nervous before track.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get nervous before basketball or football, like which is like you could break something in that. But like track, just running, I would get so nervous.
For running?
I would get literally.
Why?
It was almost debilitating, and I was like, "Mom, what's going on here?"
Oh, because
I was
Mom's
like 10.
a psychologist, so she would
as
know.
As is yours.
Hi, Melanie Calendar, if you're watching, we love you.
Just give my mom's government. And then,
sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know who that woman is.
Hilarious. No, but what she said, I was like, I'm so nervous, it almost hurts. I don't even think I can go. She was like, you're just bottling up your energy and you can't release it yet, and that's bothering you.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to go to Pilates last night, but I was number 7 on the wait list.
Oh, wow.
Number 7.
Man, people really love Pilates. What?
It's amazing.
Somebody explain it to me.
It's so good. You're laying down while you're working out. Like how?
That's what it is. That's what it is. They made a moving bed, and everyone signed up.
Yeah, you're laying down.
I figured you out, Pilates.
Is it lying or laying?
First
I think
of all,
it's lying.
I always thought Pilates was like some special scientific word. It's just the guy's last name.
I know, when I told you that, I was like, a lot of guys do Pilates, and you were like, no. And I was like, there's Brolates, and you were like, Brolates. And I was like, yes, Joseph Pilates. You're like, who's that? I was like, the creator of Pilates.
I thought it was like it's just like the Fibonacci sequence. When I was you know what the Fibonacci sequence is?
No, what's that?
It has like the golden ratio in it. It's a mathematical geometrical shape.
Who are you?
Anyway, point is, I just thought it was like a special word. It's not.
Geometric shape.
The Fibonacci sequence.
What is
You can apply it to like seashells and swirls and hurricanes and.
Oh, you're so funny, Kai.
I know. I like space.
Like
No, that's
physical
space. Sorry. To clarify.
Physical space or like...
Michelle likes physical space.
I like physical
She likes
space.
when I'm this far away. I like space, like with planets and
Listen,
stuff.
like if we watch the playback of what happened yesterday, because we do a little behind the scenes stuff
Yeah.
sometimes, I hugged you maybe 20 times.
Well,
Because I hadn't seen you,
know,
since Saturday.
Saturday.
We actually saw The
You're such
Little
a lovely
Mermaid.
person.
Kai,
Michelle Murad convinced me to go into the theater, purchase a $25 ticket.
It was more than that, I think.
Whatever, I don't even think about it. For The Little Mermaid.
It was so good, and if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it is so good. It's so visually stunning.
It is.
We saw it actually in 3D.
It's incredible.
Which is really funny because I would never go see a movie in 3D.
It was fantastic.
It was.
It was.
You literally
I
kept
knew-
whispering, "This is so good.
It
this
was.
is so good." It was so good. It hit all the points and moments that I
Yes.
wanted for The Little Mermaid. Like
Yes.
I was waiting for every point to be hit. I was not behind.
We gotta talk about the black elephant in the room.
The musical number with Prince Eric?
No, we just gotta talk about the fact that she's black.
Wait, what? Why?
I was just waiting for there to be a lot of race pandering in the film.
There was before.
There was before.
Before the film came out,
Right.
there was a lot of hoopla.
But just because she was
about,
black in it-
she's gorgeous, first of all.
And there wasn't
Let's
really it
acknowledge
wasn't
that.
about race in the film. It was just she happened to be black, and then we moved forward, and it's all multiracial, and we just moved forward. And I was
Well,
like,
let's
okay,
not
cool.
give anything away.
Didn't say anything.
Let's not give anything
No
away,
plot-
but I
no
do
plot
think
points.
they subtly address it at the end, and I will not say how or why, but there's a line that
I think it bothered by the one thing.
What?
But
Flounder?
Eric's mom.
Eric's mom. Well, no, we can't give info. We can't give info. You gotta see the movie. It is doing amazing in the box office.
doing
I
incredible.
still think Barbie will top Little Mermaid
It
hands
will.
down.
It
Barbie
will.
will be the highest grossing film,
What is
I think,
happening
of
to
the
me?
millennia.
What is happening to me?
Were you gonna go see Barbie?
I'm gonna go see Barbie.
I'm so excited. Margot Robbie, you can't go wrong. Ryan Gosling.
No, it's Greta Gerwig. Who I'm
Right,
very
Greta
interested in.
Gerwig, and
Yes.
then we have Issa Rae, and
Yes, Issa Rae in there.
incredible actors for this.
They got a lot of incredible actors in there.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I literally squealed in the movie theater next to a 10-year-old when the Barbie movie trailer came on. I was like, ah!
It looks good. It looks good.
looks so good. So make sure you check it out. We want to know what you think and what you thought about the Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah.
What was your favorite, without giving it away, what
Okay.
was your favorite part of the Little Mermaid?
All right. I did enjoy the movie.
Yes.
That being said,
Okay.
at the end,
Yeah.
when King Triton.
Wait. Details?
No details. King Triton's just standing there in the water.
He's not standing. He's on his legs.
Whatever may have you. He's
He's a
floating.
fish.
He's waiting in the water. Sorry. Which is the thing.
Javier Bardem, though.
Didn't he look like he was standing though?
No.
He was. Never mind. Point is, the person next to me burst out laughing.
Oh, really?
It just
I didn't
because it
hear
was the whole movie was majestic, and this one shot was just him standing in the water looking soggy. And I thought the same thing. I was like, I could have shot that shot.
Looking soggy. He's a fish.
You should have put some CGI in there or something. Put a wave or something.
He's a fish.
It's a fish. And I was just like, I don't know. It looks a little soggy. And the person next to me just burst out laughing. I think that was my favorite part of the movie.
I think my favorite part of the movie is Melissa McCarthy's performance. She is incredible.
She might get nominated.
I hope she gets nominated for
She
this
could be.
film. She was so great.
Yeah.
She literally merged. If the cartoon was to come to life, it was her. And they did an excellent job creating new music, and Lin-Manuel Miranda was behind it.
That's what it was. Shout out to Lin-Manuel
How do we feel
Miranda.
about Flounder and Scuttle? What were our thoughts?
They were fine. What do we want? What do we need? What are people asking for?
I think what's challenging with
It looks like a fish.
With any of the past films, right? That are live action.
Yeah.
I didn't see Lion King because it was a little too I don't want to watch a bunch of cats or not cats. Lions.
There's a way to
walking
do it.
around.
There's a way to do it. It doesn't have to be hyper real. I don't need to feel like my own dog will talk to me at the end of the movie. Make it still look cool.
Right,
We don't
right.
need it to be hyper realistic.
No.
I don't think that's a thing.
Well, I think that was the big freak out with Flounder because Flounder's eyes are both on the side of its face, and in the original, Flounder has big bubbly eyes in the
It's
front.
a cartoon. Yeah.
So I think when a cartoon or a movie is so epic and so beautifully done, and it has been stuck with people from the time that they're little till will they grow up, the music, you just remember everything.
Yeah.
And those beloved characters, Timon and Pumbaa. Timon and
Timon and
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah, I think it's Timon.
Timon. I think it's Timon.
Timon and
Hakuna
Pumbaa.
Matata, whatever.
You want them to look like those characters as close as possible. But if you're doing live action, they're not going to look like those characters.
No, The Jungle Book.
Is it live action?
Incredible.
Did that come out?
2 of them.
When?
3 to 4 years ago.
Really?
One came out 4 years ago. Another came out
didn't know
3.
that.
I mean, 5 and 4. Anyway, point is, one was done by Favreau. One was done by Andy Serkis. Do you know who either of those people are?
I know who Favreau is because he was in Friends.
Andy Serkis played Gollum. Andy Serkis played Gollum in Lord of the Rings. No?
No.
Really? No LOTR?
I know Gollum, but I didn't watch the Lord of the Rings.
Point is, it was hyper
Talk to me
realistic.
about Sex and the City, and then we'll connect.
We can segue there in a sec.
Okay.
It was just hyper realistic, and it got a pretty harsh backlash as well. It was just too realistic.
Yeah.
We don't want to see a talking bear.
Apparently, a lot of people don't want to see talking animals.
We want to see like a little cartoonish still.
Yeah, because it's still because you don't want it to be that real. Anyway, Little Mermaid was.
I thought it was fantastic.
Fantastic.
The crab was hilarious.
The crab was hilarious.
All right, that's enough.
And that's all we're
You gotta
going to
go
give
see
you.
it.
We cannot give you any more information other than to go see it. We're not being sponsored by Disney yet, but we would love that. But you absolutely should see it. It's definitely one for all ages. I mean, although there were moments, I'm going to say this, where I felt like if I were 5 actually watching that film, I'd be terrified. For a couple moments.
You know, not just The Little Mermaid, but if you look at like any film, like you can watch The Goonies and like be like, wait, hold on, that moment was a little rough.
Were you watching that at 5?
Goonies?
You watched that
The
at
Goonies?
5?
Who didn't watch The Goonies?
I didn't watch The Goonies.
You know Josh Brolin was in that?
He was?
He was like 17, yeah. He plays the older brother. The guy who keeps lifting, that's Josh Brolin. Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And Ke Kwan is the little kid.
Wait, he's in that?
Is in The Goonies, yes.
He's in The Goonies?
Goonies is stacked.
I didn't know this. I
Yeah.
didn't know this. I'm still learning so much about movies. I'm a TV girl. If you talk to me about like Emily in Paris or like anything that's like light and bright and fun, I'm down.
You know, ironically enough, Emily in Paris, not that light and bright and fun.
It is.
Visually.
It is.
Visually,
Visually.
emotionally.
Yes. Emotionally, it's a little challenging
It's extremely
for some.
dark.
It's not that dark.
Kinda dark.
Emily in Paris?
Pretty dark.
No, it's not.
The love of her life is pregnant with somebody else.
Why are you giving away so much information for those that haven't seen it?
They'll figure it out.
Yes, make sure you watch Emily in Paris. This is our review of our favorite things. Speaking of our favorite things, I'm in love with this Judy perfume, and I really want to get Vince Spinato on here. Oh wait, I'm going to show you first, as our producers are telling us. Look at how beautiful this is. This is the Judy box.
Yeah, I like that
Look
box.
how beautiful this is.
Yeah.
This fragrance is so gorgeous. I'm going to open it like that. I got a little teeny, look at the presentation. It's not, okay, first of all, what do we say? Like, presentation is almost everything, but I think this is everything. Look how beautiful this is. A little bit about the fragrance, and it was inspired by, created for one of the world's greatest entertainers, Judy Garland, who I agree with. I was actually gonna wear my red Jimmy Choos, and I didn't today. I couldn't believe I didn't wear my red. So beautiful. Yeah, Judy Garland was indeed a gift to us all with the introduction of Judy, a unisex fine fragrance. I didn't know that it was unisex. I should have known that. It's so beautiful. Anyway, there's so much about here. You got incredible quotes on the other side. Look how beautiful. It's awesome. I can't wait to get Vince Spinato on the set.
Let's get him on.
We'll talk about Judy and some other amazing perfumes and all about him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. I'm going to spray myself with some perfume now.
It's unisex. We're both
It's
gonna spray
unisex. Do you
ourselves.
want some of
Oh
this?
yeah, absolutely.
Do you want some of this?
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah,
You
let me
know,
help you.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. Look how beautiful that is.
So here is our Jackery. Unbox it. You want to get it charged up. You use this fantastic charger over here. This is the output over there, and it has an extra cable like this with the ability to charge it in your car. So that is really cool. So we have it all charged up. It has here, you can press on the display. You can see now that it is not drawing any power, it is not bringing in any power, and it is 99% charged, which is cool. So as you want to use all your separate things, you can turn on the little lights, and it will show you, as you can see there, that now you can draw power out of them, or you can turn them off, just like you would at home. If you want to leave something plugged in, but not having it draw power, there you can turn it off. So let's have some fun and see what our Jackery can fire up. So in the past, we have used the Jackery to light up our lives with Govee. We have charged our cell phones, and we have done a few other things. But we've even lit up the AeroGarden. How amazing is that we were able to light up the AeroGarden? But today we're going to push the Jackery to the limit, and we are going to take a look at the This Works. What's this? This Works car vacuum. Awesome, very cool. And we could even take a look at Tambi used it. And how amazing is this? Oh my goodness. You can just keep on going and going and going. You can get into every little nook and cranny in your car with all of this. How awesome. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick it into our Jackery. Let's do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Turn it on. The little light and the display have gone on because we are about to fire this up. Thank you, Mr. Jackery. There we go. That is cool. So let's see what else we can fire up today. That is just so cool. You see, powerful vacuum, Jackery fired it up. Let's have a look at some of the other things that we can fire up today. Let's see. Here we go. So let's try the Levoit air purifier. This is a high power drawing item, I think. I would imagine so. It's not something that you would generally plug into this little power port here. Amazing. If this works, you know how incredible this must be. So not only is the Jackery used when you are camping or exploring the world in your RV or your car, the Jackery can also be your backup power source for a disaster. Disaster preparedness. The Jackery is definitely something that you'd want to have in your home. And God forbid there is something and the air is not pure and now you're stuck in your home, you've got no power, you can't put your air purifiers on. If there's a huge amount of dust in the air, or if there's a big like we are in California, there could be a huge earthquake. It will bring up a lot of dust, but you obviously want to still keep your lungs protected. Let's see if the Jackery not only will give us power, but will also save lives. So plug it in over here. We'll turn it on. And you can see, let's actually put this up a little bit because you'll be able to see the lights. So let's put that. Try and see if you can see that there. This all in the name of... Okay, there we go. So the little light is on. We have the... Did you see that? Okay. Turn it on. Let's turn on the light so you guys can see. There we go. That is it. So we have our Levoit that is powered up. You can see the lights are on over there. And this is thanks to our Jackery. How incredibly powerful is this tiny little box. That is amazing.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. Today is Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. We're so happy you're in the studio with me, Kyle T, Andy, and the lovely Vince Spinato.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
How you doing? Thanks
Good.
for being
Thank you for having me.
here.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
You too.
I mean, you are a celebrity. I have to read a little bit about this. Cosmetic chemist and certified nose.
Right.
You began your career in personal care, cosmetic and fine fragrance industries more than 25 years ago, which I don't know how that's possible because of the way you look. And then you've also created products for everyone from Jennifer Lopez, Victoria Beckham, Michael Jordan. I mean, incredible people. You've got the Judy perfume, and you've been commissioned to do the 100th anniversary of the Hollywood sign, which is behind us every day. Wow. There's a lot.
You busy.
You're busy. You're busy.
That's a good way to put it.
I have to say, I did a little research on you before we're meeting you, and I heard that you kind of knew that you wanted to do this when you were younger. Is that right?
I did. I knew early, about 5 or 6 years old, I wanted to do it, believe it or not.
Wow.
And it's really an embarrassing story to tell, but I always tell the truth.
Please do.
I grew up watching The Young and the Restless with my grandmother. And
yeah.
they literally had a fictitious cosmetic company called Jabot on the show, and that's literally where I got the idea from.
Are you
so my
serious?
whole career, I always joke and give thanks to William Bell for creating the show, because that's where I got the idea from, and it just stuck with me. I liked it, and my sister had an Easy Bake Oven. I'll never forget it. I used to make these fake fragrances in it.
Yeah.
And I was like 5, 6 years old, and that's where I got the idea from. And then Aaron Spelling came out with Dynasty in 1981, and that just like put the nail in my coffin. So it was a combination of like Young and the Restless was like for the beauty and perfumery and everything, and then Dynasty was just like for stuff and money and power. I wanted to put the both together.
Wow.
So both my career was shaped by TV.
Wow.
As is everyone's.
I'm a big believer in that we know as children what it is that we want to do.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old, and I had my own talk show in my parents' basement.
Yeah.
So I always knew that was something for me. I think it's incredible that you just knew you were gravitating.
Yeah, something resonated with me. I don't know what it was, and it just was like making people feel better, feel beautiful, and and also the creativeness behind it. And just I really thought later on in my life it was going to go away, and it just never did.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's
And I'm sure you've encountered some obstacles having
yeah.
had this dream your entire life.
Yeah.
What are some of the ones you'd like to talk about that were inspiring to you?
Oh my God, and there's so many obstacles. I mean, and the other thing too, I always talk about, I think you're either wired or born as an entrepreneur or you're not. Like I get that question a lot, how do you become an entrepreneur? Like, I don't think you really can. Either you're wired that way or not, and that's where the obstacles are. I mean, it's so, feast or famine. So many times I was up and so many times I was down. I mean, where it just is, you're always bankrolling your projects yourself. You have to pitch yourself. You have to go out and market yourself.
Right.
So you have I'm also a scientist, as a cosmetic chemist, but I happen to be a cosmetic chemist that's the front person. Normally they're a little more reserved, introverts, or they're in a lab, but I'm just happen to be the opposite of that. And that's why this book I had called My Pursuit of Beauty was like just getting there was a journey to trying even to get there, and I'm still not there yet. I still have a long way to go. But it's like I'm still like making mistakes, all the time, and even like this week. I mean, so it's happening.
That's great. That's great. So like, what being the front man and the chemist, what you could talk about, like what are the real benefits for that you really enjoy?
I enjoy it most, I think, is that I don't work for a company, meaning in the sense that and we'll talk about Judy Garland's fragrance in more detail, but I'm able to put my love and passion and energy into every single project. So doing this product for Judy Garland, I mean, it wasn't like getting her name and putting it on a bottle.
Right.
And everything was meticulous down to working with her 3 children, Lorna, Luff, Joey Luff, and Liza Minnelli. So I worked with all 3, and so I got to find out what their mother liked, what she didn't like, what she wore, what she didn't wear, everything down to her personality. I already was a big fan anyway, so I knew most of her legacy and her body of work and everything. But every single thing in the fragrance, whether it's the ruby red bottle, which we know what that's for Ruby Slippers, Wizard of Oz, to the notes in the fragrance, that she had their own rose called the Judy Garland Rose. That's incorporated her fragrance. But even the tall bottle here was mimicked. It was hand custom made and designed in Milan with my creative director David. That we did it here in America and we sent it over to Milan. So if I showed you a picture side by side of Judy's most meticulous number called From Get Happy, where she has a tilted hat with a fedora. So you put the bottle side by side, it's that image of her. So everything was very taken into account, when we did this. And that's to answer your question, is that I'm able to kind of control all those aspects, which really would be not the case if I had to be like, okay, I got to get this done in a certain period of time under a certain budget, and then you got to just like put your name on it and get it done. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's so it's so cool. I have to ask you, because your pursuit of beauty, what does beauty mean to you?
Really, for me, it's inside and out. And I always kind of joke, I have in my book as well too, I always say, beauty comes from within, and then like bottles, jars, and tubes. So it's really kind of like a joke. But it really, I don't think you really have any kind of beauty product without really, diving into the person's personality and their body of work and their legacy, especially with a deceased celebrity. You really want to make sure that, in this case, I'm working with the biggest legend of all time, in my opinion, and you don't want to make, Judy Garland any less beautiful or any more or less, drill down her legacy than she already has established.
Of course.
Do you have to pinch yourself when you're commissioned to do such incredible people that are and a Hollywood sign. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, I really do actually, and I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, and I worked for all my celebrity clients have been all alive and well. Judy actually the first one that's been deceased and a legend, but I just grew up, my grandfather was conductor of the Philadelphia Symphony growing up, and my aunt was an opera singer, my father played trumpet and piano, so I just grew up with all this music. So I grew up with Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, and Judy Garland, and so this was a really, really big deal for me. And with that being said, I also just got signed a deal with Ella Fitzgerald and her family as well too, and I'm a massive, massive, massive Ella Fitzgerald fan. She's like my god.
Congratulations!
So it's like having the queen of entertainment and the queen of jazz, and we're also talking with Katharine Hepburn's estate and Lucille Ball. So all these legendary women, you know what I mean. But Ella is actually signed, sealed, delivered. We're working on her product right now. And she has a Broadway show coming out about her life, and in the fall that John Legend is producing.
I didn't know that.
And it's loaded with A-list stars from Felicia Rashad to Fantasia to Jennifer Hudson. So it's a loaded cast.
Wow.
And we're gonna launch this fragrance. We're gonna launch it at the Apollo where she was discovered. And then go to the Broadway show and launch it with them. So even with that, I'm just like I'm working on a project right now.
Wow.
But again, I'm a big fan of Ella my whole life. So I know her life. I know her body work. I know her legacy. So I really, I even have access to her songbook, which is amazing.
What?
I know, so that's like impossible. So you can't do a fragrance for someone like Ella Fitzgerald or Judy Garland without having access to their life, right? And that was what's most important. So that I pinch myself all the time about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think about that little 5-6-year-old that's watching. What was it again? Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless. Yeah.
Just having this gravitational pull to what you're doing now is just so inspiring and so cool. And I have to ask, you have a certified nose. What gives you a certified nose? Who gave you the certified nose?
It's pretty much a perfumer, and I always kind of compare. It's very similar to being like a sommelier for wine. It's very similar to that. So I'm not a full-fledged perfumer, but I had to still have more studying for that. But I've been doing this now for almost 30 years, and it's amazing that doing it over 30 years, there's still there's thousands and thousands and thousands of oils and essential oils.
Yeah.
So you really can never ever, can do enough, so I had to keep educating myself with it.
Wow.
That was my biggest thing going through this pandemic and the virus, is that I never got COVID, thank God, to this day. I don't know how that actually happened. But I was in the middle of Judy Garland's project, and I was like, if I lose my scent, because that was a big part of the COVID, my career is ruined. I can't even launch this fragrance for her.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very, very time sensitive, because Judy's 100th birthday was on June 10th. It just passed, so she was 100 on June 10th.
She's Gemini? What is that, June 10th?
She's May, Gemini.
She's Gemini.
She's a Gemini, yeah. Yeah, she's not a Gemini. No, Gemini ends on, no, you're right. My mother was May 31, she was a Gemini, so it's Gemini. Yeah, June 21, 22, it changes over again.
Got it.
Cancer, I think.
Cancer, I'm a Cancer. Very much.
So I just really be careful all those things, but it really is a certification just of perfumery.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I have to ask, since you're so good with scents and you know what a good scent smells like, you must know the opposite.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
how does that work when you're walking down the street and you smell something horrible?
It's bad. Yeah, and I'm crazy sensitive. My husband likes to smoke, and I can smell everything.
Oh,
so he'll go hide literally 3 blocks down the road, and I know I can just smell it. It permeates into the air.
Oh.
So in some ways it's good. I can catch him doing things like that are wrong. And I'm pointing because he's over there sitting, but
he's laughing.
I keep telling him, I'm an effing perfumer. I said, you can't hide this from me, right?
I hate smoke.
So things like that. But we have a new English Mastiff and a dog. So same thing with her. I mean, she's goes out for 5 minutes in the yard. I'm like, okay, she needs to take a bath. I mean, I can't so I'm very, very sensitive.
It's amazing how something that gives you so much beauty and gifts, but also has the opposite side too. It's interesting. I always ask that question just because when somebody's really good at what they do, the opposite, of being a certified nose is well, you're going to be smelling all kinds of things.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever had anyone come up to you that was I want my scent to be X, Y, and Z, and you were like, no, I feel like you should be ABC?
Yeah.
I do actually all the time, and it's really hard to explain, but with Ella Fitzgerald, for example, I know in my mind what a fragrance for her should smell like based on her personality and her legacy, right? So it's not the actual person, but for example, I knew it had to be sultry and dark and a jazz club, so we want to have tobacco and leathery notes and that kind of stuff. So you really look into so I see the personality first, and again, it could be a celebrity that's alive as well too. For the Hollywood sign, we're doing a sunrise and a sunset, fragrance.
Saw that.
But just by default, I know Hollywood by sunrise needs to be palm and oceanic, and kind of more like a Coppertone type of feel. So really kind of these notes that trade Hollywood, and then the nighttime you want to be the back of a cab, you know, or a limousine type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to put into words, but I can see it in my mind, and I know how to put the notes together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so incredible. Other incredible things you have. Talk to us about this line right here. It's Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, right?
I'm sorry, Vincenzo.
Yep. Just my first name in Italian.
Yes, yes. And
Yep.
are you from Jersey?
I am, South Jersey, Jersey Shore.
Oh,
Yep.
where is that close
yeah.
to you?
What part of?
Well, I was born in Philadelphia, but I was raised in Ocean City, right below Atlantic City.
Oh, okay, my dad's in Voorhees.
Yeah,
over in
Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
Well, my aunt used to live on Springdale Road, so it's like
there you
literally
go.
right there.
Yeah.
Jersey
Yeah.
boys.
So
Jersey
are you an Eagles fan?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice. Okay. Thank you.
He's a
Thank you.
huge Eagles
Yes.
fan. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's we're
okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're great.
Well, how
Yeah.
did you feel when like your coach was playing with the other team?
I'm one of the one that like I don't think we should have got rid of him. The guy got us to Super Bowl. We weren't
Yes.
there since the early 2000s. You know,
Right.
first time we actually
Yeah.
won ever. You know, so it's like I'm pretty much a loyalist. So I thought it was too fast.
Yes.
Even Foles getting rid of him, I think was too fast.
Yes.
You know, so that kind of bothered me a little bit. But you
Yeah.
know, we have a great coach now. But I just don't think it was fair for him to be going. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl 2 years earlier.
Right.
You know.
Jeff Lurie has been one of cutting costs
Right.
constantly. So
Right.
that's why I think we
Right.
got rid of him. And I'm with you. You can't win a Super Bowl. I mean, Foles won a Super Bowl. The next game, literally the next game, he did not start.
Right.
We started.
And Kyle will tell you, we waited for like forever, right? And a lot of fans have that. We get it,
Forever.
but this city was like is a little bit different,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I flew back for the games and all that kind of stuff, especially for the for the game that got us into the Super Bowl, which was against the Vikings.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys all know, Kyle knows for sure that that Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa's character is like is a big deal there. And so the Vikings fans actually went there the night before and decorated like all the Rockies, with all and when that happened, like
man.
they're like we knew they were finished.
Yeah.
You know, so things like that
Yeah.
happened. So, but it just was
Yeah.
like it was so exciting. I still watch it back now on YouTube, and I still cry when the.
yeah.
I remember the last throw in the air was like 45 minutes long, waiting for it to come down.
Yeah.
You know, so that was like.
With Tom Brady and the Philly special, getting the Philly special.
And I'm fourth generation Eagles fan, so like all my family was like just like.
Really? What is it about Jersey boys and Philly Eagles?
Well, it depends where you're at. Right?
Let me ask our guest first.
We have a very distinctive cutoff, and that's kind of weird. Really, Philadelphia fans are Philly kind of going up to about Harrisburg, and then it kind of stops in all of South Jersey, like parts of all of Delaware mostly, and then parts of Maryland. Then you go but you go like north of Trenton, then it's like Giants fans or the Jets.
Yes.
So we have a really like a very meticulous cutoff.
Oh,
you know,
got
Like
it.
7A off the turnpike. 100%.
Yeah.
I love how we can go from beauty to football and right
I'm a
back.
massive football fan. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry about the Eagles.
I played football in college, so I'm right with you. I'm just massively obsessed with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And
So funny.
like he said, we're talking about the McNabb days where we should have gone and won Super Bowls like at least 4 times and we didn't. And we finally won with Doug Peterson. And we just got rid of everyone. It was very, very weird to go through. But anyway,
Well, back to what's important. So Vincenzo.
Yep.
Talk to us about Vincenzo, as I'm going to pull it up and show it in our product cam. Yeah.
So this is my high-end prestige line called Caviar and Diamond, and this actually was developed specifically to launch it over in Dubai in UAE. So Dubai being the diamond capital of the world, we want to make it very kind of high-end prestige and elaborate. So it actually has real diamond cert and caviar in it.
What?
So diamond cert is actually an aggregate of diamonds. So we get it from De Beers up in Canada. We commission with them.
Wow.
And then we have a caviar farm in Cayman Islands that we commission the caviar from. So this is like totally potent, and it works. We call it. It's very efficacious. That you can feel to see the results about 15-20 seconds on the skin.
Wow.
And I'm leaving a kit of all these for both you and Kyle today as well too to play with.
So
but it's crazy high-end prestige, and you see and feel the results within literally minutes.
Wow.
So it has to be very efficacious. It retails for $1,500.
Wow.
Thank
you so much.
But on Amazon we have it for $500 right now. So that's really
Wow,
exciting.
it's on Amazon right now.
You heard it yourself.
You heard it here.
Wow.
Amazon's on $500. That's a retail price of $15. Get it on Amazon. Hurry up.
Again, the packaging is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's a great packaging.
Wow.
And let me show you something for fun.
Yeah,
Let's do it like literally like live.
Please do. Yeah, let's do it live.
I'm gonna put one on you. So this is it's called Morning Dewdrops.
Okay.
And this is a pure caviar extract.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna put it on one side. So there's 30 little capsules in here, and there's one per day. But just gonna show you guys, live.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it just on one hand.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put just on your top of your hand here, Kyle. It's on one side, and then a little bit on your side. You know?
Wow.
So just rub that in, and you'll see, literally right here on camera, you will see and
man.
feel the difference between
man.
your other hand. And
My
what it'll
hands are
do-
different colors.
You see how it brings the blood to the surface and
Yeah.
gives you kind of microcirculation.
Right.
So when you put this onto the skin, it's also a fast precursor for women before foundation because it gives you like this really, you feel like this talky.
it's super
Can I put on my face?
dewy.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah?
Very talky, like dry down and slide to it. But you can see it right away in your hand.
Yeah,
you
it's
also
so-
can feel.
It smells.
Yeah, it smells amazing, doesn't it?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait
yeah.
to use it.
Can you smell this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like everything you've ever wanted to smell.
That's right. All in one of these steps.
All in one.
Yeah, one of these steps.
Oh, wow.
These are caviar.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
I love
Can
this
you guys
so
see
much.
I mean,
Yeah, you can already see the difference.
Yeah.
You
This is
you can see
shining.
the pigmentation
You-
difference. Yeah.
I have freckles on my hands.
Yeah.
But this is
Wow.
interesting.
Look at my hand.
Man. Yeah, can you?
So it's called, it's a kind of instant gratification skincare line. We
And
call
it's
it.
it's not oily. It's not
No, it has
sticky.
like a talky powdery dry down to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So good. Oh my gosh.
I know. I can't
It feels
stop.
like luxury.
Right?
It feels like.
I feel like now it's like, okay, now you can put the $1 million in my hands.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Now you
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you can accept the cash that you've
Right.
been always
That's right.
manifesting.
That's right.
Once you put this on.
So this is on
Yeah.
Amazon, and then talk to me. You're also in Macy's right now. What products are in Macy's?
Macy's.
Yeah, so all of Judy's products are in Macy's. We actually just went
Okay.
live this week, actually. So
Oh, congratulations.
Yep, thank you. So 3
Yes.
products right in front of you are on Macy's.com
Okay.
as well.
Awesome.
And then you can just go and just type in Judy Garland, and it's right there. We have the beautiful travel size you're holding there. And if you
that's
turn it up, Michelle, you'll see if you just turn it. It's like a little Chanel type of
Oh,
little.
I
like
love
twist it.
that.
Yeah, just like turn
Twist
it.
it.
Turn it out.
Yep, there you go.
I got
Turn
you.
the top
Just
part.
like this.
Yep, and there you go.
Oh,
So nice little
what?
travel size.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I love
Do
Chanel.
action in the live cam for them.
Oh wait, how do here you
Uh,
put it
Do a
again?
do it
live, a live can.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Now come the guy deal do all the lipstick turning.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
the other really important part too, it is unisex, and just one,
Right.
again, talking about Judy's legacy, obviously Judy has got a massive gay male following.
Yes.
You know, so we knew from day one that I wanted to be unisex for both
That's
sexes.
awesome.
We launched, again, her birthday is, I don't know if a lot of people even know this, I like to always say this, but you know, the whole gay pride movement and gay pride in general is all tied around Judy Garland.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
she died in 1969 and on June 20th. She was born on June 10th. She passed
Okay.
away on June 20th.
Okay.
And when the Stonewall riots happened in Manhattan, which is the first gay pride movement that we had, that was the night of
Okay.
Judy's death. So that was tied
No
into that.
way.
You know,
Wow.
the gay rainbow flag is for Over the Rainbow. So everything is Judy Garland. You know, so it really
Wow.
was very important that we had all her fans, and her legacy built into this piece. So to not only June being Gay Pride Month, we always every June we want to make something very special for her because she really is the epitome of why Gay Pride even exists, why the parades exist, why the movement existed. It's all comes off the Stonewall riots the night of her passing in 1969.
Wow, I
That's
didn't know
incredible.
that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day, but that was profound.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Actually, oddly enough,
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the rainbow flag. That's
Yes.
the other. Yeah.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
That was tied
Yeah.
to Judy Garland.
Yeah.
That's for Over the Rainbow.
I
Right.
actually, oddly enough, at CVS like a couple nights ago, parked next to this car, and the guy got out wearing literally red ruby slippers, sparkly red ruby
Nice.
slippers, and on
Nice.
the back it said "Over the Rainbow."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with PKA, the agency?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I'm rep by them.
Oh, you are? Okay,
You know
yeah.
Peter?
I know of them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's the
Not
first-
personally, but I know of them, yeah.
Yeah, they rep the first LGBTQ community agency.
Division,
Yeah,
right?
Division.
The division.
Yeah,
That's
they have their
cool.
own
Let them know
divisions.
we had the phrase.
I will.
Sure.
Yeah, for
for
sure. I also want to talk to you about, you have a documentary
Yep,
about,
also- yep.
tell me about that.
Yeah, the documentary is called Skin Deep, and really it's kind of like the book is a much deeper dive into the documentary, but really in a nutshell, it's showing America how we make products kind of from concept to launch. I followed a couple of my celebrity clients, and I again talk about my ups and downs. So it was filmed over about 7.5 years actually, so it was
Wow.
a long filming, and we just dropped it about 2 months ago, and it's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV,
Amazing.
Roku, Google Play. So that's where the platforms are.
Right.
So really, so on Amazon is the book, the documentary, the Caviar and Diamond, and of course Judy's products, and then we'll have the Hollywood Sign collection and Ella's fragrance as well too.
So
coming
fun.
up.
You were also saying you worked with Michael Jordan.
Yes, that was actually one of my very first projects. I did a fragrance for him for right when he was signing all the contracts with Nike for the Air Jordans.
Yeah.
I did a fragrance for him for Foot Locker, and we launched it with that. So that was actually in the very late '90s, one of my very first projects, and that product turned into my connection with Jennifer Lopez, and I worked on her second
Wow.
fragrance called Still, which is still being sold
Yes.
today. and that just turned into Jessica Simpson, and then Victoria Beckham, and then Khloe Kardashian, and so on. It just went on forever.
Incredible.
Yeah, so many celebrity clients, but in my real job, I'm also still a consultant, and I develop line. Yeah, I heard you mention private label. We do it for salons, spas, retailers, private brands, doctors, plastic surgeons, dermatologists, etc.
So anyone can come up to you and say, Vince, I have an idea for a cologne or a perfume.
Yeah,
help me make
money.
it. Just kidding.
No, that's the first time. I love it.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
We're all capitalists here. It's great.
That's right.
No, you said to me the other day, you can't go up to like the checkout at a grocery store and just give them like a wink. You have to exchange.
Gotta have cash.
Yeah.
This is transactional world.
Transactional. That's so cool. I love it so much. I got to see a trailer of your documentary. It's beautifully done, and it's really cool to see. Like I remember the Jessica Simpson. It was an edible line, right?
It's called dessert, exactly.
Dessert. I remember that, and I was so excited for that. I remember that so well.
Actually, there was a very famous photo shoot that I was a part of. That when she had her show on MTV with her husband, Nick Lachey, she was biting the cupcakes. And you remember all of that?
Yes.
So we were there for all that, and we developed the fragrances for it and the body care. Her whole product line was edible. That's why it was called dessert.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness,
awesome.
It's so fun having you on set. I mean, you're doing so many things. I want to ask you what's next, but I'm afraid to ask you what's next. What's next for you?
That's kind of Ella and the Hollywood Sign Project again. That's really exciting too, because the Hollywood Sign, as you mentioned, turning 100 this year as well.
Yes.
It was put on a mountain in 1923, and on actually December 8th is the official day. So we're going to have the fragrance. It's going to be a twin set, a fragrance, a sunrise and a sunset, to honor the sign.
Awesome.
And with the Hollywood Foundation for at least another 10 more years. So with beauty products, so we're going to look everywhere to launching, as far as again Amazon to duty-free shops to cruise ships, because the sign is so legendary. It's kind of like having the IP rights to the Eiffel Tower or the Grand Canyon.
It's incredible.
So it's really amazing, and I'm really honored that they picked me to do this with them, because we have a lot we can do with it. And you guys mentioned the Barbie movie earlier as well too. So we're getting it in Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie's hand. So it's supposed to be the very, very first movie that we're hopefully going to have some placement with at the red carpet event.
So fun.
Everyone's involved in it. So in the Hollywood Sign Foundation, it's Park and Recreation, the Chamber of Commerce, the Hollywood Foundation itself, and the Avenue of the Stars, which is the Walk of Fame.
Yes, of course.
So all of them are back in this project. We're even going to potentially be wrapping aircrafts with the new Hollywood logo.
That's amazing.
So it's really a big project.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we have a lot of interest happening over in Europe. So I have a great sales director over in London that's working a lot getting over there. Whose name is Louise, and she's been working on this. So trying to make this international as well too. So it's really a big project. And the part that's kind of really nice about this is total coincidence. They already was working with these legendary women, Ella and Judy. Again, we're chatting with Kate Hepburn and Lucille Ball, and Lucille Neres, who's Lucille Ball's daughter. And even we actually were chatting many months with Tina Turner's family until what happened last week. So we had to kind of obviously pause on that for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But again, these legendary women we're almost kind of make a secondary collection called Legendary Women of Hollywood underneath the Hollywood Sign collection. So really just working out, really nice.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Oh my gosh. Where can people reach you or get in contact with you if they have money?
I'm on all the platforms, and just my name, Vince Spinato. That's my IG, Facebook, Twitter, my company called Turnkey Beauty. But it's really just my name, Vince Spinato, which is SPINNATO, and that's where all my platforms are.
Oh, thank you so much for
Sure.
being here. I'm telling you, these smell. Judy, I'm obsessed with. I can't wait to smell
Have you smelled it yet?
Have you smelled?
not the
Smell
Judy,
Judy.
actually.
Smell Judy. It smells
Since
so
it's unisex, what you
good.
smell here?
Yeah.
I know when we had another person that came in for Good Day Live, and Melinda Manos left the Judy perfume, and I was like, oh, this smells so good. And oddly enough, like directly after I put on the perfume, because I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. I ran into a photo of Judy Garland shortly after I put it on. I was like, oh wow, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It smells really good on you.
I feel like I know,
You have
right?
your body chemistry, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
oh, it smells so good. Oh.
Wow.
We're being played out.
You're getting played out. Vince, it was so fun having you on. You're great. Listen, you too can get these incredible scents. Make sure you check out Amazon, Macy's. Where else?
Or the Judy Garland website as well.
Judy Garland website.
And also we're at the Gore Hotel in London, and also the Empire State Building.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you can't miss it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna miss it. Make sure you check out. You can reach out to Vince Spinato. He's on all the socials. He's everything, everywhere, all at once. And so are these incredible perfumes and colognes.
Yeah.
It was an absolute joy getting to
really
officially
fun.
meet
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And we hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later.
Gosh.
Bye. Oh my gosh.
I can't stop
This
smelling
smells.
it.
I know.
It smells
This
really
is.
good on you.
Can I smell it on you?
Yeah,
it smells
please.
great on you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think
Whoa.
Fashion forward, passion, you know it. Attraction, good morning.